Good day, everyone. I am Tristan John Hedrich Manrique, together with my partner,
Alecos Ferdinand C. Villaverde, and today we will discuss the properties of a well-written text, specifically mechanics.
Let's get started. When we say mechanics and search that term on the web generally, results may show that it is a branch of physics dealing with the motions occurring in our environment. Although it may be correct, but that is not what we are talking about. Partner, how do we define mechanics in a written text?
Well, mechanics is an essential part of having a well-written text as it describes the technical aspects of it. It guides us learners to understand a context in a more comprehensible way and differentiate what is what, which is which, why is why, and generally what are we trying to say and deliver to our audience.
Mechanics in writing demonstrates us how to use words appropriately in terms of conventions we know, such as PCAS, which actually means punctuation, capitalization, abbreviation, and spelling. So if you, a writer, wants your passage to be effective, of course, you should have these proper writing mechanics in order for a reader to understand it without taking too much of their time in their side, trying to know what you, the writer, is trying to convey to them.
First up, we have the punctuation. It is a part of speech where we include proper marks as we fill our writing with silent intonation. We have periods, commas, question marks, exclamation marks, quotations, even apostrophes and everything in between, in order for us to properly end our sentences. For example, if we have a period, then it means we have to stop. If we have question marks, then basically we are asking or having an interrogation like the police investigation and so on. Correct punctuation adds clarity and precision to writing. It allows the writer to stop, pause, or give emphasis to certain parts of sentence.
Next up, we have capitalization. In this part, capitalization focuses on the upper and lower case of letters. We commonly use capital letters in the first letter of the first word in a sentence. Let me repeat. First letter of the first word in a sentence, such as this one. We also use capital letters in the pronoun I, the interjection O, professional titles, academic titles, brand names, days, months, or holidays, specific courses or subjects, and too many to mention. Capitalization also adds some clarity in our writing. Even though people often drop capitals in their texts and tweets, proper capitalization will make your writing look more professional.
Then, we have the abbreviations. According to Grammarly, it deals with the shortened form of a word. In writing, abbreviations are useful when you need to squeeze a lot of writing into a small space. Some readers may also not know what an abbreviation means. In terms of mechanics, we only abbreviate well-known terms such as TV for television and NASA for government organization. You know, like this space thingy with astronauts, like something like that. In the example earlier, academic titles like MD, which are called initialisms, are required to put a period after each letter. Also, Latin abbreviations should not be capitalized, e.g. for example. And in formal writing, it is recommended to not abbreviate the dates only if needed, especially when you are using it on charts and tables. For example, Wednesday, April 5.
Last up, spelling. Although this is pretty much self-explanatory, but according to the Oxford's Dictionary of English, it refers to the naming or writing of letters that form a word in a correct sequence. Also, this is how we put each letter in a word in order to differentiate its meaning. Take note that incorrect spelling in a passage takes away the interest or appeals of your readers to read your text. Let's take a look at the example. There are words with the same pronunciation, but it boils down to their meaning. As we can see, we use the term prizes with the Z, zebra, which means a reward instead of prices, like a cat, which is a product with a cost or a money tag. Additionally, onions and receiving both have two misplaced letters, which is really quite disturbing on the side of the reader. So upon reading it, it made us not finish it because there are several grammatical errors. Now, let us correct the sentence as to what it should be.
And that sums everything that we need to know about mechanics.
I hope you learned something from us today. Till next time,
Bye!